You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next, the October 2nd meeting of the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board. You can get more information for this meeting by going to www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good evening and welcome to the Michigan City Park Board meeting for October 2. If you would stand, if you can, remove your hat and repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Will, would you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Freeze.
Here.
Ms. Sperling.
Here.
Mr. Glidden.
Here.
Mr. Labus.
Here.
We have the meetings from September 4th that were printed, and you have them, the copies in front of you, or you read them on your computer. Are there any additions, deletions that you might have for September 4th meeting? If not, do we have a motion to accept these meeting minutes?
I move we accept the minutes from September 4th.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
We also have minutes from our last meeting, September 18th. Again, are there any corrections or additions? If not, do we have a motion to accept the minutes?
I would move that we accept the minutes from September 18th.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Do we have any project updates? None. Tabled business? I move into new business. First item A, Gardena Park, the horseshoe fence repair. And we have a copy of the agreement between the park board and the contractor to repair the fence at Gardena Playground, damaged because of a tree that fell on it. And the cost is $1,500. Any questions or comments about this contract?
So that's right at our deductible, right? I think that you said that last time, maybe, was it 1,500?
Actually, we were able to combine the fence repair and the roof repair under one claim, and we received a check today for $485.
Okay,
Because we had to pay our deductible.
good,
Oh.
cool, thanks.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Well, do we have a motion then to accept this agreement?
I move that we accept this agreement.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
Then our second, excuse me, our second agreement is for the roof repair of the bathhouse. It appears that the entire roof is going to be repaired, and the price here is $3,645. Questions on repair of the bathhouse roof? Any public comments?
Wait, was this repair? I'm so sorry. What was the reason for the damage?
Same storm.
Same
tree fell
storm,
on it.
tree
Oh.
fell on the roof.
So is there any, is this all tied in, you said, together?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
so we had
this is-
trees fall, they damaged the roof on the restroom building and the fence at the horseshoe pit, but we were
Yeah,
able to combine those under one claim.
okay. So, but didn't you say our deductible is 1,500?
5,000.
Oh, okay.
So we tried to tie in any damage that was at the zoo, but there wasn't anything that pertained.
Mm,
You know, we tried to go system wide when there's a storm.
sure. Right,
But these are the only two claims we had.
yeah. I know we had hail damage out at the golf course, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
golf course, the zoo, Washington Park.
Yeah, so that's all been checked out and
We're still
everything that
working
could
on
be
it. I mean,
repaired.
it's a massive claim for the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah,
So the golf course is already done. Their quotes and contracts. The zoo's still working on theirs. The zoo's pretty complicated because of the number of buildings that were
Mhm.
damaged.
Mhm.
And then one has interior damage from the water.
Mm.
So we're still seeking proposals
Okay.
on those projects.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any comments about this contract for the bathhouse? If not, do we have a motion to accept this agreement?
I motion to accept the Gardenia Park Bathhouse Roof Repair Agreement.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Next, we have the EVP academic proposal for the Ross Bowling has the volleyball every summer down at the park. And Shannon, I read through this. I don't have last year's copy, but it's pretty much the same, isn't it?
Correct. It's
Except
just
for the-
same that we've done in the
Except for the
past.
dates.
The park gets paid 10% of registration fees, 10% of merchandise sales, in exchange for giving EVP tour, the use of the beach. The schedule is on the back. There's a couple of tournaments that we are moving because we have major events, so they'll be moving to the Senior Center Beach. That's on July 12th and 13th, and also August 2nd. Other than that, they will be operating on the east side of the Lot 1 parking lot.
Questions or comments?
Looking at the calendar, that would be the same calendar almost as last year, all right?
Correct.
And do all those dates, are there tournaments on those days or some canceled or?
Some do get canceled due to low signups, weather, things of that nature.
It's on the front page, it says under facility, 1E leagues, how much does it cost to join a league, do we know? Or is it this league, does the team pay the league fee?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what their league fees are for
And
2025.
then, the tournament fees we looked at were 50 to 60 for a two-man team and.
Right, so right before this meeting, Mr. Glidden, I did send Mr. Balling an email asking him to split out his leagues, clinics, tournaments, and give us the prices for each of those and the number of participants, so we have a clear picture of the 10% that he would pay to us. And I asked him for that for this year as well, because he has not paid his fee yet. Oh, did he?
How many Michigan City kids are involved? Is it broken out that way at all?
No.
And then on 2H, it says he wants permission to use 8 10 by 10 tents. Are those EVP tents or are they team tents? No,
They use
family.
both. So the teams put up, well, the team spectators put up pop-up tents for shade.
Right.
And then Ross is asking permission to put up his EVP tent, and that's where they do their announcements, their registrations, and also sell merchandise.
And the stage is already there or it's already built or
We don't have a stage per se. We used to have the deck on the east side of the parking lot, but it was unsafe, so we took it out.
And then I had a question about 2M. It said we were going to give EVP customers who show proof of registration weekday free passes. How many people would we be talking about?
I don't know, but I asked him for that breakdown before the meeting. So.
And how would that work? Would they have a special type of pass or?
No, they show their registration at the gate. So if they're registered for clinics or instruction during the week, they just show their registration. Most of them, it's on their phone.
Okay,
But I will bring the breakdown to the board
all right,
for your next meeting.
so. I would
Anybody
move that we
else?
table it then,
Yeah.
or if anybody else had questions.
Yeah, I kind of had some similar questions, as far as just that 10% that he pays and the cost of, the maintenance of what we provide, what Pat's team does, and do we have like a rough breakdown? Do we break even on that? Do we?
So we really have no cost involved in EVP. We sanitize the beach for them, but we sanitize it anyway,
Okay,
with or without them.
that's what I was wondering. Yeah.
All the rest of the labor is done by EVP.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So there's really no cost to the park department.
yeah, okay.
Any other comments? Any response from the public? Tim, you wanna,
I would move that we table approving, the EVP contract till the next meeting.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
We have our zoo packet, the 2025 annual zoo hours, fees, events, programs, contracts. And as usual, Jamie has this well organized. And as you read through there, obviously there's been some increases in the cost, but also the zoo has incurred increases.
I would like to let the board know that Jamie Huss is at City Hall right now, but she's at the annual endowment meeting. So if you do have questions I can't answer, she will be popping in as soon as she's done.
Does anybody have any questions?
On page 3, is that new animals sponsorship program?
No, it is not new.
I don't, as I went through there, there isn't too much that, I didn't find anything that's different, except the cost.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't notice that animal sponsorship either. I love that. I think they should really promote that. Like, even I was thinking if they promoted it for like Christmas and birthdays, and even if there was some kind of like decent sign we could put out front. I mean, people are always looking for great gift ideas for, kids, and that's awesome. Yeah, I even thought they could step it up a little bit and put like whatever animal they're going to sponsor, like have like a stuffed animal with it, and do like a gift bag or something that has it's just ready to go. It's a gift that's ready to go.
They
You know,
do get
they-
back
They
depending
do,
on
yeah.
the level.
At the
Yeah,
second-
they do
second
a
level.
really nice job. I know that my daughter got one for her birthday many moons ago, but
Oh,
I know that it was the llama, and I know they sent a picture, and it's a nice little package.
yeah,
I
that's awesome.
think
Okay.
my in-laws got it for her, but it's a nice little package. It has about the animal and where it was born and information about it.
Oh,
And
that's
it's a they do a really nice job. Jamie and them do a really nice job on this. I know it's a lot of people don't know about it, so maybe
Yeah.
it's something we could publicize a little bit more, could find out, but I know we sponsored the llama one year. It
That's
was
cool. What page is that on?
A three.
3.
Oh, okay.
Nitro, I think was his name.
Nitro. That's classic.
The second thing, right here, the $60.
Oh, the $60 one. I guess I was looking at the.
Yeah, it's right here in this one where you get benefits and the stuffed
Gotcha.
animal.
Okay. And then the only thing I know I was concerned about rates before, but I am all for the raising of these rates with the cost of everything going up. And I was glad though to see that the residents, the children, that rate didn't go up. That made me happy because it's not that big of a group anyway. And we cut that down for all the school trips. So it just, I thought it was good, really good. Yeah.
Any other comments? Any response from the public with questions or comments? Would we like to just put this off to the side Jamie gets here, or are we okay?
I'm okay.
I'm fine with it.
Okay. Do we have a motion then? Excuse me. You
My
have a
motion to approve the zoo fees 2025.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
The golf fees, I don't have any, I don't have that in front of me.
So I would like to report to the board a couple changes that were made after these packets went out to you. The golf course would like to change the outing discount. It used to be Memorial Day to Labor Day was in season, and then everything outside of that was out of season. But they'd like to extend the in season through September 30th. So you would not get a discount until October 1st or after on both courses. And then also our attorney Nuremberg reviewed the private cart agreement. She made just a few changes in the release and indemnification, just listing the city of Michigan City and the park department instead of city/park. So very minor changes. And then that was approved as well.
Shannon, what was that date again, please, for the outing discount?
Prior to Memorial Day and then after September 30th.
Oh, after September. Thank you.
Considering September now is really in season because of
Okay.
great weather. Great time of year.
Anybody have questions or comments of why or about the increasing the time for the outing discounts or for the carts?
Are we just talking about that or the whole thing?
I'm sorry.
Are we just talking about that or the whole thing?
Yeah, because we've already passed the part that was just a correction or addition to it.
But no, I thought because we didn't have right information, right?
We just,
That was for the.
we accepted the quarterly report.
That was quarterly.
Yeah.
What are we questioning?
Are we voting on the fees?
Yeah, so these are the updated fees, the 2025 fees that are on here. So there's
Oh.
updated green fees,
Yeah.
updated cart fees.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a couple questions on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to their questions first.
You have a question?
Okay, so I saw that the price is going up for the South Course from 22 to 25 roughly. There's a lot of figures in here and it's great. So thank you for putting all this together. Which I think is good, the increase. But I noticed there's no increase for the North Course. So I was just curious what the thoughts were on that. That's one question. Oh, come on up, Marty.
Marty Neiman, golf course manager. The fees didn't go up this year because last year I tweaked a couple of the prices because I felt that it had been too low, and I think they're still fair where they're at for that type of golf course.
For the North Course.
For the North Course, so I didn't want to raise those up anymore.
Okay.
So
okay. And then juniors, I saw that they went up. Do we get a lot of juniors or how's that? Or do they make a bigger mess than everybody else?
no, not really, but just just the price increasing just based on what people are paying. I just felt things could go up again. We had a 10% increase 2 years ago, and we're still nowhere near caught up from the pricing from COVID. So I figure we should go up 10% in most of the categories again this year.
Okay. And your comparison one with the other golf courses, which is great. I love that. Was there? Yeah, so I know Beechwood has always been lower with the juniors, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But
That's
they're
hard.
higher and their regular green fees and weekends and all that. But
so and that and Legacy Hills is higher. Are they I don't know, are we just trying to stay under them? Or I just wondering what the method is to your madness, that we're
No,
less than those courses.
I just want to stay comparative close to them.
Mhm.
Not necessarily trying to equal them or be higher or lower, just trying to be fair without raising our prices too much at one time.
Mhm.
So do it 10% at a time.
Mhm.
Like I say, we're still lower than Beechwood in a lot of categories.
Yeah,
Maybe 2 years we'll go up 10% again. We'll just see how things go.
okay. Okay, I was just curious on that, how you came up with the,
Yeah.
like the weekend, like regular walking is Michigan City's 31 and Beechwood's 38, Legacy 39. I mean, that's a pretty big difference.
Well, we're also $5 more expensive on carts.
Okay,
So
Okay.
it just kind of all balances out.
okay,
But they set their system up different, so that's why their carts are a lot cheaper.
sounds good. All right,
On the comparison chart, Beechwood, Legacy Hills, Briarleaf, and Forest Park are all in the coupon book. You can buy the coupon book and then pay basically 2 for 1 Monday through
Right.
Thursday. Is there any thought of Michigan City being involved in the coupons?
I've never been asked by anybody about it, so nobody that sells the book has come to us. So
What would you,
I mean,
would that
I mean, it-
draw up your?
in reality, if
funds
they do, I mean, it's just going to cost us money. I mean, not that I would be opposed to it, but I feel like with the amount of play we get now, it's not like we're hurting for it, but it's a possibility we could check into it. That's something you guys are interested in.
I know I've played all of those 4 courses with the coupon 2 for 1, and it's very cheap.
Right.
So
We also have a cheap Tuesday for $25 that the other courses don't have as well, which is just as beneficial. So
yeah, I think that's good. Not that I'm opposed to the coupon thing, but like you said, you guys are doing pretty good on the revenue side, and we already have an issue with carts. So if people are coming in and paying half price for golf, and then, yeah, sure, they could be getting a cart, but I think that we need to really get focused back on, as we can now, because we have more carts, with offering those carts for full paying people.
well, we did receive new carts last week.
Good,
We got 35 more new carts, so we
Awesome.
received 44 this year so far.
good. Yeah,
That's where it'll end up.
they have finally arrived.
Yes, they have.
But I'm just saying, for the people who make reservations and pay fully, I think we definitely need to have carts for those people instead
Well,
of,
the south course is totally fine now because we got to keep an additional 20 of the old carts, which will also help the north course. So the south course will never run out again. We'll still have a little problem on the north course because there's not enough to take care of them, but we also can't get more because we've got nowhere to put them right now. So,
yeah.
but it's definitely going to help a lot with the new ones and
Yeah.
then keeping 20 of the old ones. So,
It's great. Now, the 20 old ones, I thought we had to turn those in.
no, we turned in 15, we kept
Oh.
20, so we
Okay.
have additional carts to try to
Okay.
help
The
keep them
15 we
running
did
out.
turn
Yeah.
in. Okay, gotcha.
So,
we're up to 105, is that right?
yep, up to 105 now.
Push.
Do you have, this is just off the cuff, I think, just the annual, people who have annual passes, do you have like an average of how many rounds they do? Do you guys track that?
Yeah, actually it is tracked. I've got people that play 150 and some people that maybe don't even hit 50. So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have the average, but I mean, it's a big variety of difference in there.
Yeah. Thanks, Marty.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Any comments from the public?
Thank you.
Thank you, Marty. What's the pleasure of the board?
I move that we accept the 2025 golf fees.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. We have a memorandum of understanding between us and the NSABPA for management and use of Patriot Park. And the facts and figures are
Yeah,
included.
the only things that were changed in the contract were the dates that updated from last year to this year. We did have to have some conversations with our insurance company and the mayor to approve the level of insurance needed by NSA BPA, and they all agreed that what's in the contract is sufficient for them to stay here. So
I don't have a copy of it in front of me, but this organization pays $10,000 for improvements and over $20,000 for rent, basically, right?
yeah.
So I think, I don't know how the money's spent. I see improvements as improving the fields, not maintaining. So improving the parking lot, especially in the spring when it's so bad, I don't see why the 10,000 can't go toward the parking lot. I just think it's the 20,000, 21,000, whatever it is, ought to go toward maintaining, the week to week, cutting the grass, lining the fields, dragging them. But the 10,000 for improvements, I think we ought to improve the capital improvement in the park, 10,000 in the parking lot.
It just says improvements. I could suppose it could be designated for the parking lot. It doesn't. It's just Patriot Park. It doesn't say ball fields.
What have we done in the past?
So the $10,000 does go into a fund earmarked for Patriot Park improvements. As far as the parking lot, $10,000 isn't going to do much out there. So I can give you a breakdown. I don't have it off the top of my head of what we spent it on in years past, but it could be pitching mounds, fence repairs, repairs to the press boxes, fencing. I mean, huge fencing project. What was that last year? Yeah.
But pardon me, but the fencing was paid for by the city. Fencing, improving the fence posts. I just think we have to do something about parking, and we can't just keep saying that we don't have enough money, where this looks like a source to start, or you say there is a fund, is what's left in the fund, or let's dedicate for the future of parking out there.
But $10,000 doesn't begin to touch the issue of parking. It have to be 10 years of 10,000 to have a base to move forward with the parking lot.
I agree that on the north of the drive in, you'd have to do some trenching or something to alleviate the flow, but south of the drive is already slanted. It's always water's running away from it now. If you put I don't know what kind of aggregate you have to put there, but I think something's better than none. Just to say we can never, we've done this for the 18 months I've been on the board. We just kept saying we can't do anything, and I think we have to do something, because in the spring it's I think we had 6 cars towed one weekend, and when the soccer and softball are there together, I think we need to do something rather than just say we can do nothing.
Have we had estimates on trying to correct the parking lot?
Yes.
I thought we have. I just don't recall. I know they were rather high, where they were expensive.
Yes, we have it broken down, I believe, in 5 separate lots with cost estimates from each. I'd be happy to email that out to the park board.
Well, we don't need to asphalt it. We just need aggregate, because we're never going to plow snow. If there's snow, they're not going to play baseball or soccer. So that's what I propose.
Do we run the concessions out there during this time period then, or do they take that too?
We lease the concession operation out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The only question I really have is under section 4 of agreement, and I've officiated these. I know that if they don't have the turn, if they play Friday and Saturday and they get a certain amount of games in, that the teams do not receive refunds. So if they play Friday and then Saturday, and then it's rained out on Sunday, they don't refund any money to the teams usually, and then we don't get 311.59 for the day.
What do you mean they don't refund the teams?
Like if you play, let's say it's a 2-game minimum. If you play Friday and then you play Saturday and it's rained out Sunday, they don't refund the teams any money typically. And then, so they still keep the fee money. Just, that's something I have a question about is when we don't have, when they don't play and then the teams, Friday, Saturday. I think these tournaments are very good for the city. I mean, they bring in a lot of money. What we don't look at, the restaurant, the infrastructure, the hotels, all that. They keep a lot of those busy. And I think this is a great thing, but that's one thing that I see having worked some of these, not just for this company, but for others that, when they play Friday and Saturday, maybe we should still be able to recoup that money on Sunday because they're not refunding anybody money for the teams if that's how it is. Just my 2 cents.
That's an excellent point. Mhm.
So I think the issue with that, and Pat, maybe you could step up to this, is the money that they're paying us is for field preparation. So if they're rained out on Sunday, we don't have any labor costs. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Good job, Doc.
Following rules.
It would depend on
Can you state your name, please?
Patrick Bolton. I'm the city
Who
park
are
department.
you?
It depends on where on the day they would call when the rain occurs. If it's overnight before we do anything, yes, it would be no maintenance on our side. Usually they will try to play. They usually don't call it without at least an attempt, so.
Yeah, I guess how many times does that happen in the 23 weekends? Do you know?
Some years it seems like it's
Yeah.
every weekend. This year, I don't think we've had a rain out at all this year.
Wasn't been any rain.
Baseball fields drain very well.
And
How
just
many
so you
years?
know, on that 10,000 mark, we put a lot of that into the infields this spring. So this spring showed more with the rainouts. So
Do we ever have leftovers? Do we know, or does it go into one big pot for Patriot?
yeah, there's times that it's left over, so.
And then does that just stay in that account? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's in a non-reverting account, so it doesn't revert back to the city.
Mhm.
I know they run at different sites. Is this the same agreement that the other sites have, or is it because this based on fields? Is it based on amount of fields we have versus the other facilities that BPA and SA run?
It's based on our field and what we have.
On years that we have a surplus, could we designate that for parking and have some kind of an account for Patriot Park parking?
I mean, we could decide to do that as a board, but at the same time, anything else could pop up in the meantime that we might want to use the money for. Even right now, we have a scores box that's not operational that needs to be repaired. So it's like you want to earmark $10,000 for parking specifically, or right now we went a whole summer without one of the score boxes.
That's it. Yeah, if there's a surplus out of the 10,000 after we fix the score box.
I mean, it's all in one non-reverting fund for Patriot Park use. So is gonna go back to the park. Regardless. But I do understand and agree that parking is an issue out there. It's a huge issue out there.
How many years have they been doing this? Have we had this agreement?
Oh. Look back at one of the emails, they said since 94.
Oh, wow.
It's been a while.
And how much extra do we have in the account?
I would say that the Patriot Park has been improved a lot out of that account. But
There's probably like little to no balance left.
Okay.
yeah,
So there's really not, we
No,
can't
the
really,
parking lots are really a capital project that we do not have the capacity to do.
yeah,
in-house.
sure.
We
Mhm.
just don't. And
Yeah.
it's much more complicated than just throwing a load of gravel down. So it has been engineered to have those drawings and estimated costs. It is possible to do one of the lots with just the base, but it's more than just putting gravel down.
Yeah,
And for me, I would rather have one paved because once you spend the money to do the base, it's going to start degrading.
mhm.
So you're just keep throwing money into something that's not getting a permanent fix. And I know we desperately need parking out there. It's in our capital plan every single year to
Mhm.
get lots out there. So, and maybe it's time to call in maybe the city engineer to take a look at it and see if there's something, that we could afford that could be done. As far as putting in some gravel lots, but again, you have to address drainage. I just think $10,000 is not going to touch
Yeah.
even the smallest lot out there.
And do we, I don't remember what we've charged them before. Is this the same amount? Do we increase it every year or is it?
this was not increased this year or last year. This is the same
Oh.
contract that we have from last year.
Oh, well, I think with this economy, that is something we should probably look at.
Yeah, Pat, do you recall? It's been 3 years
Oh,
because
Yeah, I was gonna say it's-
prior to that,
it's
we didn't even get the weekend fee, right? We just got a flat fee of 10,000. So 3 years ago, we added the 21,000 and change to the contract.
oh,
So it's
wait,
been the
it
same
used to
for
be
3
just
years.
10,000 and then 3 years ago you added the 21.
10,000 plus
Yeah.
21,000.
Wow, that's quite a jump. That was 3 years ago. Okay. Do we know what their agreements are with other Parks and Rec? Like, is this, I mean,
Well,
I didn't reach out over BPA over they're in agreements with so many people. I didn't reach out to a whole lot of
Sure.
people, but I know ours is pretty close to what a lot of people, other people are getting.
mhm.
It's still early, more than enough time to table it, and I can look in.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we table it and just look at that? Because things are not getting easier. And I mean, just because we did it 3 years ago, were we not condemning at all? I'm just saying, was that a normal thing, the 10 plus the 21 for years? Like, were they not paying us much for a long time?
The 21 came in because we started charging them the weekend rental fee. So those weekend rental fees add up to the $21,000.
Mhm. Yeah,
So yeah, definitely something to look into.
yeah, okay, cool, thank you. Ryan, do you have insight on that with all your,
No, I
Okay.
don't know what they pay. Those are,
yeah,
I mean, I know they run a lot of tournaments and I know youth sport tournaments are big, big for all the towns that run it, Warsaw, Michigan City,
Yeah,
Fort
ball.
Wayne, Travel Ball. I mean, it's big. I mean, it's nice to see on a Saturday night, the restaurants are packed,
Yeah.
the businesses are packed and whatnot. So I just think if we should review what, like you said, some of those things.
right.
What do we have, any comment from the public? If it's the choice of the board, you want to table the item F?
Yes, I move that we table item F, the NSA BPA MOU. It's a lot of alphabet letters.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
I know we just voted on it, but I think that we should also look into what Ryan said too about the cancellation fee. I think that's a really good point.
Item G, the 24-25 adult basketball winter league. Oh, you have any comments?
I don't know if you heard you.
Well, do you have any comments?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is the same outline for what happened last year with the men's basketball league. It's just adult basketball league. Initially, we were going to play at Barker, but I think we're going to play at the high school now. Coach Upshaw wants a hands-on direction with the adult basketball league. So I think that should excite a lot of people. He has a knack for some flair that he likes to throw into things. So it should be a fun thing for the adults in the city. It was kind of, I really want to start a youth program, but with me deciding to coach this year, it's really hard for me to be hands-on with a youth program at the same time that the season is going on. And this adult league is only on Sundays, and I have a plan for 2025. I have a plan.
Sounds great.
What is the cost per team?
600 a team. 600 a team it's 10 games and then a season and then a tournament at the end. And the $600 pays for the referees, the janitor fees, and the director pay.
I noticed it, and I don't have any questions about uniforms are required, but I'm assuming they have to have a number on them. Could I just have a team with white t-shirts and write a number on there with a magic marker?
If it stays on the whole game, yeah, I'm okay with it.
Okay, but they do have to have numbers on
They
it.
do have to have numbers. And we will have a coaches meeting on Friday, November 15th, I think it is. Stating all the rules that have to happen for the players in the league.
Do we also, I noticed you have the time, do we have to pay a timer? Or is that does each team provide somebody?
We do have a timer.
Uh-huh.
So that's part of the cost
That's
as well.
cost.
We have one scores person, and then the director is also required to score.
Okay.
How many teams did you have last year?
Last year we only had 5 teams.
Mhm.
I'm hoping for 9 this year. I think 9 would be a good number, a good step up, and I'm fairly confident in that number.
Is the 10 regular season games, wait, is that over? Did I read this? What time period is that over? Is there like every week for 10 weeks? Or?
We miss out on a couple weeks, Christmas, New Year's, and one other weekend in there. I think the weekend of Thanksgiving we skip as well. So that pushes it out until like February.
And then how will that work with maybe having double teams? Will there be like 2 games every Sunday or?
It depends how many teams we get. So last year we did only play 1 game at a time. So it was 3 games a day that we played. But if we get up to 9 teams, then we'll run the side courts instead of the main court. So we will do 2 games at a time.
Okay. Sounds great. And your team won last year, right?
Easy.
Yeah. Thought I remembered that.
Home court advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I paid the refs, so.
Yeah. Thank you for admitting that.
Other comments or questions? What's the board's feeling on the Michigan City Park and Recreation 2024-25 adult basketballs?
I motion to approve the 24-25 adult basketball winter league.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. President, I do have one new item for the park board tonight. A grant opportunity came across my desk yesterday, and it does require endorsement of the park board. So if I could read the letter in, and I would ask you to please vote to approve this and have it signed by the president. Duneland Health Council, dear Board of Directors, please accept this letter as Michigan City Park Board's endorsement of the submission of a Duneland Health Council grant application for the Fetters Alley All-Inclusive Playground and Fitness Park. This project was outlined in our 2016 Washington Park Master Plan. Design and engineering is nearly complete, and we are looking forward to construction and the completion of this exciting community project. Thank you for your consideration. Respectfully submitted, Phil Freeze, Park Board President.
Is that one of those, Mayor Angie said she gives it to you?
Yeah.
In the morning, you gotta have it at night?
Right.
Is that it?
Similar, yes.
Similar.
How much is that for?
I'm going to be asking for $750,000.
Wow.
I'll sign it.
Awesome.
Yeah, asking for.
Because we still need 2 million, right?
Wait till after my report.
Ah, okay. You always got something up your sleeve, Shannon.
Oh,
Wait, it's been a good week.
Do we have a motion to approve this Duneland Health Council request?
I move that we approve the Duneland Health Council request.
I'll second it.
all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries.
Oh, okay, Shannon, report of superintendent.
Jamie's here if you want to do that one, Phil.
Yes.
Phil.
We have to revote.
Oh, we did. Oh.
Jamie got
Amy
passed.
from the zoo is here.
I know, I've got her name on here to call her up right after Shannon gets done here.
All right. On the agenda is a Millennium Fountain Workshop. That was in my report. So I would just announce to the public that there is a joint workshop between the mayor, city council, and park board at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, October 16th, following the park board meeting and the chambers here. We'll be discussing the assessment report that we got from Haas and Associates, the current conditions of the fountain, estimated cost to demolish the fountain, estimated cost to rebuild the fountain, and we'll be accepting public input. The assessment reports are on our website. If you'd like to take a look at that. Yeah. I had some slides prepared for the last meeting. We weren't able to show them, so I'm going to run through them quickly tonight. The skate park murals are almost completed by artist Chris Silva. I'll remind the board that the Mayor Angie paid for these out of her neighborhood beautification funds. It's an amazing addition to not only Holman Park, but the neighborhood and the Highway 12 corridor coming in and out of Michigan City. Next, please. The Michigan City Public Art Committee held a block party on Friday the 13th of September on the corner of Ann and Ohio Streets to celebrate our neighborhood art projects. And I'd like to thank Phil and Roscoe. They both showed up for that. It was a fun night with free food and free joy rides. That was great. Trail Creek Week was held September 16th through September 20th at Hanson Park. We had over 500 students this year. The weather was fantastic. The kids had a great time. And we're looking forward and planning already for 2025. Next, please. Creekness Stakes is a canoe race, which was held on Saturday, September 21st at Hanson Park. This is our main fundraiser to host Trail Creek Week in Michigan City. So this year we had 5 teams. The winners of the Creaky Cup were Butler, Fairman, and Seifert, that you see in the top right. They're also our trail consultants for the Singing Sands. Quite a few of them came up from Indianapolis, so they purchased a boat. They were a lot of fun. So congratulations to them. Winners of the Team Spirit Award. Park Department, again. Can you go back? So that's us in the lower left. We played off Will's height. We made him a tree and we were all squirrels.
Oh my gosh.
So we
That
won
is
the
so
award. Next, please. I'd also like to thank Eagle Scout Roberto's Miritelny again for his donation of 5 wheelchair accessible picnic tables. Those are now down in Fetters Alley. This is a great project,
Nice.
and we were very happy to be beneficiaries of that project. Next slide, please. On September 12th, Horizon Bank provided 10 employees for Horizon Cares Day, and Melissa and I joined them down at the garages near the amphitheater. We took everything out, cleaned everything, organized, threw out junk, and the garages look great. We could not have done this in one day without their help, so thank you very much to Horizon Bank. And then on Monday, Congressman Mervan was in Michigan City announcing community project funding for the Fetters Alley Playground in the amount of $1 million. We're very grateful for the congressman's support and thank him for coming to kind of kick off the fundraising for this project for corporate and private donations. And then I'm very excited to announce that after the exciting day on Monday, yesterday, we were informed that we received a $750,000 grant from Health Foundation of LaPorte for Fetters Alley.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 500,000 of that is earmarked for capital construction. The other 250,000 will be set aside in a maintenance fund for the park. I've never really dealt with that before, so there'll be an agreement coming to this board that kind of outlines that agreement. I don't know if they hold the funds and then we request as needed, so I'm not sure what that looks like, but that should be coming to you. I'm guessing by the first week of November they'll have that done. And then also grant related, Beach Walk approached me last year about adding beach mats to the access point at stop 7. And I told them that because there's so little parking there, there's only 2 parking spaces, you know, that's not a great spot for me to increase public access. It was more to serve the Beach Walk community. However, I did inform them if they were interested in ponying up the 50% match that I would write the grant for them. They gave me the check for that on Friday. And right before they delivered the check, I had reached out to Lake Michigan Coastal Program saying this is such a tiny grant. Do you have any leftover money so I don't have to go through the whole application process? And lucked out. They do have leftover money from 2022. They're trying to get rid of it. So they're simply going to avoid the whole application process, send us a grant agreement. We'll get another set of beach mats, which would make what, 5 hard surface access points in Michigan City, which is great. So that turned out well. It's just been a great grant week.
That's awesome. Well, you're the queen of grants, so you deserve it. So how much does that project cost on that?
The beach mats?
Yeah.
$12,043. So they gave me a check for $6,021.87, and then the grant will be for the same.
Wow, that's great.
So
Awesome.
pretty much it's just sign the grant agreement, order the product. Once it's installed, send them some photos, close the grant out.
Yeah. I think that's good because that business brings a lot of revenue to this community. So even though it's not a big
absolutely.
public parking space access, so I mean, there's probably walkers that go down there, but I think that was really good.
But the park has, 11 of our own access points, and the way we chose the ones that would have beach mats are the ones that have the most public access for parking to use them.
Right, of course.
So that kind of put them at the end of the 11 points because the only people really using them are either the neighbors that can walk to them or Beach Walk. So yeah, that was a very generous donation. I thank them for it, and they'll definitely be happy with that investment, I'm sure.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And then on a sad note, vandalism report. We experienced some graffiti on the Washington Park bandstand. Maintenance was able to clean that up with a cost of $25. We are still awaiting our camera system down there. I'm getting very antsy. That was a very expensive preservation project. So I'm keeping on IT about getting that installed. On October 2nd, oh, that was this morning, right? We had some grass damaged at Oak Hills Park just from dirt bikes. This occurs frequently with some four-wheelers and dirt bikes that just go through and tear up our grass. And then also we had damage to number 14 at the golf course where someone like beat up the fairway, was it? The greens.
Oh, no.
I'm learning. And it wasn't a deer. I learned that. It was a golf club. Left a lot of divots and gouges. Labor cost on that was $65. They had the material in-house. And that is the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Shannon?
Did that happen like at night at the golf course, or was it, or you don't know? Do we know? Oh.
Say your name.
Will, the assistant superintendent?
Yep. Yesterday, the Park and Rec Department released our October issue of Lakeside Life. We added the link to that.
Good website.
To our website at emichigancity.com today, and you can also find it on our Facebook page. We don't have a lot coming up in this fourth quarter coming up. I've been doing a lot of planning for 2025, like I said before, which includes some things that aren't directly Park and Rec that I'm working for the city, like bringing bike share to the city, a food truck policy for the city. I'm also on the Opportunity Hub committee for the city, and I'm working on new events, new programs, a Patriot Park banner program, bringing that back so we can have extra funds to do upgrades out at Patriot Park, as well as fundraising for other programs and events that we're trying to bring in next year. I'm working on some winter fun things in my planning for 2025, but this year I'm planning on some winter fun events, including follow up to the summer comedy show, the winter comedy show.
Awesome.
That we plan on having on December 14th, and I'll have that in front of you next week or in the next meeting. As well as some Elf on the Shelf park ideas to engage some community activity and social media interaction. So fun wintertime coming up in the city,
That's
I think.
Don't forget the Santa letters.
Oh yeah, Letters to Santa will definitely be back. I don't have that on my list, but Letters to Santa will definitely be back. We're getting that together. We're finding volunteers to help us out with that. And I plan on having more than one Santa mailbox around the city.
Oh, that's cool.
I have to find it cost effective first. I got it. Or Shannon's gonna kill me. But yeah, we're gonna have a couple different boxes so they're more accessible to kids around the city. And right now, I talked to Ms. Gresham today. We're working on rescheduling the Princess event because it was canceled before for some stuff, but hopefully we're gonna try to get it done in this fourth quarter. Yep.
Good report. Any questions for Will? Jamie's been kind enough to wait. And if she would come forward, I think there's a couple questions that one Diane may have, or if not, I do. Anyhow, your report is very thorough. And you want to go ahead and ask her about that?
Yeah, I just thought that your rates were great. I know you have to increase it, especially when we're sitting here talking about increasing rates all across the board. So, and I was just glad that the kids' rate though didn't go up. So thanks for that.
No problem.
Yeah, I think that's all I had one more.
About
Oh, but you already, I didn't read that second one about the stuffed animal. Yeah. Which one?
the second one, $60 there.
Yeah. No, I just, you know what? I didn't read down to the $60 one. I saw the $30 one. didn't know or forgot that we did that. It was such a cute idea. And then I was talking about the stuffed animal. They're like, it's there on the $60 one. So,
Yeah, you get that plus the one above it, yep. Yep.
right. But I was saying too, that maybe, I don't know, I wonder if there's it's just such a great gift idea. Like if there was some like decent looking sign we could get out front for the public to see, like stop in and get your, grab and go birthday or Christmas gift.
Yeah, they
you
come
know.
in a cute box. Jamie Washburn Zoo. They come in a cute little box with holes in it. It's just live animals.
So
So
cute.
we're just trying to promote them. We do some in the gift shop,
Yeah.
grab and go style.
Right.
It's not a program that has done it for many years. It just has never taken off.
Yeah.
We're not the only zoo that has that issue. So we thought about in the future trying to add, if I get more staff, a bigger package that might include like a VIP opportunity with that animal.
wow.
But it just takes the staffing to be able to
Yeah.
to do that. And as we move on and improve the exhibits and the collection to have more exotic species like the mudjack fawn, which will grow to be a big deer, but
Yeah.
That might be an animal that more people can have an encounter with on the side, and it might sponsor, and because that money goes to help all the animals, not just the animal they take on.
Sure. Yeah, no, it was awesome. Yeah. Thanks for the great report. It's always good.
Is there a form in here for somebody that, I usually just go down to the zoo and, just donation request? No, it's a fundraiser. How would people, if they want to do let's say the $30 donation, is there a form they fill out?
Or
In other words, animal sponsorship program. How do I go about becoming a member of that?
we have quick forums, just print off forums, because they're not really more of order forms and contracts, so we never had to do actual order forms. But yeah, we have order forms at the office or they're online,
Okay, thank you.
just like memberships.
I see you still have the grandparent thing.
Yes, we do, yeah.
How about great grandparents?
It's all one big category. Saves the math at the end.
Any other questions for Jamie?
No, thank you for all you do for the zoo. We do appreciate you, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you for
You're awesome.
coming back here.
And we do have booth to do on the 19th. Tickets are on sale now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Hoffman's not here. Port Authority had a meeting last Monday and there wasn't anything pertains to us, and they have one on the coming Monday that I'll attend. So I don't really have a report yet. Mr. Glidden?
The Michigan City Zoological Society has not met lately, so I think they meet next week.
Attorney's report.
Nothing to report.
Okay, thank you. And we just had a director. Any other director reports? Department of Finance, Mr. Glidden.
I have the claims docket for October 2nd, 2024, municipal, $118,386.54. Golf petty cash, $1,453.20. Total claims, $119,839.74. And I would move that we accept the claims docket for October 2nd.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I have the payroll number 19, 2024, September 1, 24 through September 14th, 24, pay date 9/30/24. Total payroll, $102,185.50. And I would move that we accept this payroll.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I have the gifts and donations. Unknown, multiple donations. Zoo donation, Boo at the Zoo, $1,690. Sean O'Brien Sullivan, zoo donation miscellaneous, $200. Neabi Zoo donation, sale of porcupine, $500. Barbara Ostrowski, Zoo donation, share the care, $100. Unknown zoo donation, miscellaneous, $11.05. Pendergast Agency, zoo donation, miscellaneous, $50. Beach Walk Property Owners Association, park donation for beach mats, $6,021.87. And an unknown zoo donation, coin racer, $54.97. I would move that we accept these gifts and donations.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I have no minor transfers, no zoo endowment, no board of works. I have credit card charges totaling $649.50 were paid to corporate payment systems for the following: American Immersion Theater. It's a rec murder mystery dinner for 2025. $649.50. And I would move that we accept these credit card charges.
Second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Good. Any comments from the public? Comments from the board, Mr. Dabney? You have some?
Man, I am tired today. I have nothing for you today.
No, hate to wake you up.
Budget time, man.
Do you have anything? Nothing from the board? No comments from the board? So our next meeting will be October 16th, 5 o'clock right here. And as a reminder, Shannon already mentioned, but as a reminder, we have a workshop following our next park board meeting right here dealing with the Millennium Fountain. So anybody that's interested or has a comment, feel free to show up. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn? I thought I did.
Okay, sorry.
There's no response. Okay. Had a motion to adjourn. Well,
Now you go. We can
I would
go.
move that we adjourn.
You really want me to talk?
You still pass. Oh, I'm sure you. Yeah. Tell us about your 3-point shot.
Bro.
Okay, still need a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.